I just wanted to do like a little walkthrough of the products I'll be taking with me into 2024. Starting off with my skincare products I'll be taking with me. We've got the lemme Deep Pore Cleanser. I adore this brand. The primary ingredient in all of their products is aloe vera, and it shows in the products. It shows in the coloring and the texture and the smell of the products. They're all so nourishing and refreshing, and I'm in love with them. Next, we've got the lemme Deep Pore Freshener, which is basically just like a toner. And then we've got lemme Oil-Free Moisture Lotion, and it actually is this color that's not just the packaging, which I love. I love the bright green. Moving on to a different brand, we've got the CeraVe Skin Renewing Vitamin C Serum. I use this after the Deep Pore Freshener from lemme. I let that sink in for a couple minutes and I put some of this on. I always tap products into your face. It's much less aggressive than the rubbing, and personally I feel like it helps it get in there better, like get in the pores better, you know? So I use this in the morning, and then at night after the pore freshener, I use CeraVe's Skin Renewing Retinol Serum. I know that retinol helps with aging. I'm only 19. I haven't really seen the effects of aging yet, but hopefully this will show further down the line. As far as more immediate effects go, this has really helped my breakouts a lot. I still break out obviously, but it's nowhere near as bad as I used to. So this is amazing. Love this. As of right now, the hair care products I'll be taking with me include the Mielle Rosemary Mint Scalp and Hair Strengthening Oil. I love this stuff. I try to use it once or twice a week. I'm convinced that this oil is what's kept my hair together through all of the bleaching that I do. Because a couple months ago, I had red box dye in my hair. And now I'm back to platinum blonde in just like a couple months. So I'm convinced that this was very necessary for that process. And then the only other product I have as far as hair care goes right now is it's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. I love this stuff. I've been using it for years. I definitely notice a difference in my hair when I use it versus when I don't. It's much softer, it's smoother, it's stronger, it doesn't tangle anywhere near as much, so love this stuff. Now we're gonna do some makeup and just kind of walk you through what my current routine is and the products I will be taking with me into 2024. This is just gonna be like a natural kind of daily look. I love e.l.f. I love e.l.f. I swear by just about any product of theirs that I get, but these two primers, the poreless putty primer and the matte putty primer, easily my favorite primers they have. Easily. I've got combination skin, so like I get super dry around the perimeter of my face, and then my T-zone is where I get really big pores and super oily. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little bit of each on my fingers. I'm gonna go ahead and mix those together and then pat that into my skin. It doesn't take a lot of these, and there's surprisingly a lot more product in here than I would have thought. Now that I've got a little bit of both of the primers on my hands, I'm just gonna mix them together. I'm just gonna start tapping that into my T-zone first, and then I will blend it out. But I'm really working it into those areas that I mentioned where I've got bigger pores and I get oily super quick. Now that I've worked that primer into my skin, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector, the green one. This is amazing. It's been so long since I've used green color corrector. I've missed it. It's such a game changer, and of course e.l.f. is my favorite. It's so blendable. It still gets the job done. Just putting this on some of the worst spots on my face right now. And then I'm going to blend that out with my fingers. All right. I am going to add just a little bit more in this area. I had a few more darker spots than I realized. Oh shoot, and on my chin. Boop. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this all out with my fingers once again. Now that that's all blended out, I'm going to go in with the 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish, once again from e.l.f. Love this stuff. I've been using this for years. I'm just gonna go over all the spots most, if not all, the spots that I put that green color corrector on. All right, now I'm just gonna go in with my hands and keep on blending that out. Okay, now that I have spot concealed everything that I feel really needs it, I'm gonna go in with my foundation. This one spot is not wanting to go away, like she cannot be contained. Anyway, now that I've spot concealed, I'm gonna go in with my Infallible Pro Matte foundation from L'Oreal Paris. I've also been using this product for a while. Just putting a little bit on my fingers. I like to start blending around the perimeter of my face and along my jaw and down my neck, and then I blend up here. I find that helps keep it looking natural, and it helps to prevent creasing in these areas because that's where I would crease all the time. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick. I'm going to dip right into the stick with an angled brush. This one is from e.l.f., of course. And then dabbing it out of my hand, making sure that I don't have too much product on there. Gonna suck in my face like that, and then I'm just gonna brush it out. I feel like when I do it this way, instead of just drawing on my face with the stick, it looks much more natural. It's easier to blend. I'm gonna go in on the other side just like that, swiping the brush across the stick, patting the brush in my hand to make sure I don't have too much product on. This is one of the better contour sticks I have found for pale girlies like me. It's still a bit too warm toned for my liking, but it's the best that I've been able to find. I'm gonna take just a bit more to go over my forehead with. Sweep it over my temples just a little bit as well. And then this next part I'm going to use a different contour for. I like using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick for my upper cheekbones and forehead because it adds a little bit of warmth to my face without being too much, and it still adds some definition. However, for in here in my jaw, I prefer to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Wand. This one is much better for just straight up contour, no bronzer in the product. This is almost straight up gray, which is perfect. Contour is meant to mimic a shadow. You're not supposed to be able to see it that well, if at all, in direct light. Love this applicator, it's super cute. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit right there, and then with, once again, the angled brush, I'm going to just blend that out. I need to clean my brush. This is a bit of a trust the process moment. It's not too bad, but you can definitely tell that I did put some on. Don't worry, it'll all work out in the end. Now for my jaw, I don't put like a stripe across. I put 3 little dots along my jaw like that, and then I just blend it out, trying to be super light with the brush, getting underneath the jaw, along the jaw, and a little bit over it as well. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other side as well. Now that the contour and bronzer is done, it's time for blush, and I kind of can't decide which blush I want to do because I've got 4 here that I adore. This one's like a peach, but it's still a bit more of a pinky reddish. This one, which I just got but love, is more peach as well, but it's more of an orangey peach. This is a lipstick and it's in dark red. I adore it on the lips and as a blush. It blends out so beautifully. I adore this one. And then last, I've got a palish baby pinkish blush from Morphe. So I'm having trouble deciding which one to use. I think I'm gonna use the e.l.f. one, the e.l.f. Rare Beauty dupe blush. So this is the Camo Liquid Blush. I don't remember what shade it's in, but look at that. It's adorable. I'm gonna put this on the high points of my face, just a couple of dots, and then I'm going to use my finger to blend this out. When I use it with a brush, it's much harder to control where the pigment is. Now this is highly pigmented, so just keep that in mind. And then I will use a different color on top of this because that definitely looks too orange by itself, but when I combine it with other colors, it's really wanting to get the apple of the cheek, blending it up through the temple. All right. Now I'm just gonna do that on the other side of my face. Now that that is all blended out, I'm going to go in with, which one should I choose? I'm gonna go with this. With the Sweet Scandal Cream Blush from Morphe. I'm also going to blend this out with my fingers, but instead of putting it directly on the cheek, I'm putting it directly on my index fingers. I'm gonna apply it and blend it out like that. Once again, just on the high points of my cheeks. Wanting to get those super rosy, youthful looking cheeks. Blending up through the temples as well. Okay, so now that the blush is done, I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. Stay with me for this. I learned this trick to help cover up your under eye bags. This is a lifesaver for when school starts back up again. I do this daily. So take your foundation, just a little bit, a tiny little bit. Put it right here. Don't go all the way up with your fingers. Go right in here and out. And then just blend that in. Now that your foundation has been blended out through here, go back in with your concealer. And we're not gonna use a lot of this at all. I don't know about other people, but I've got this little line right here. Put a little dot of concealer at the bottom of that line. And then, once again, blending with your fingers. You're gonna blend along here. Try to keep most of the pigment on that line. Some of it's gonna have to be blended out, but focus on keeping that pigment in here. We can see how much brighter that under eye is while maintaining a super nice rosy cheek. Sorry, almost forgot. I'm going to be using this Cheek Leader Bronze Squad from Benefit Cosmetics. I don't even know if this is still made. This palette is super old. This is the same one I've been using since I was like 15, which I would not recommend because this is so expired. But do I still use it? Yes. Nice deep breath after that. First, I'm going to dip in to this sheer pale pink little blush. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm gonna go over my whole cheek with that super quick. Nothing too much. There we go. Yep. Gonna go over my nose a little bit with that as well. Just a little bit over the temples and a little over the chin. Yeah, I like that. Next, I'm going to dip into this highlight right here. I've hit pan on it. It's making me so sad. We're gonna smile. We're gonna go over here and create that C shape, but we're gonna bring it down a little further in this area as well. Look at that. We're gonna do that exact same thing on the other side. Got those nice full glowy cheeks. Gonna go in with that same highlighter, do a little bit on the very tip of the nose, and then just a little bit right through here. She cute. Ugh, I cannot get over this cheek. She looks so good. So good. All right, next up, I'm gonna do my brows. All right, I see a lot of people do their brows first. I've never done my eyebrows first. I always do it like in the middle or at the end of my routine. So I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift pencil. First, I'm gonna brush through them, and then I'm going to only fill in the sparse areas. I'm not gonna draw on any kind of shape. I'm just gonna fill in the sparse areas. That makes such a big difference. Sisters, not twins. My brows naturally aren't quite the same shape. Now I'm just gonna brush through them again. And that's all I do for my brows. That's it. Now I'm going to do my eyes. Where is my eye primer? Ah, yes. I've been using the Milani eyeshadow primer in the shade Nude since like the 7th grade. I love this eye primer. It has never done me wrong. I'm gonna take just a little bit on my middle finger, and then I'm gonna tap it into my eyelids. To have that all blended out onto your eyelids, give it about a minute to set, And then you're good to go ahead and put whatever product you want on top of that. I'm going to be using Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator from NYX in the shade Sunbeam. I'm using just a little bit on my fingers, and then I will be tapping it in and blending it out on my eyelids. Don't forget to get in here as well. I feel like when you go in through here, just adds a little something extra. I'm busting this palette out once again. Let me dig out a brush for this. I'm just using a brush from Morphe. I don't know any specifics about it. It's just like a smaller round brush. Dipping into that same highlighter I used earlier with my brush. Feel free to pick up a disgusting amount. And I'm just gonna apply that all over the lid, making sure to get this little crease. Right, same thing on the other side. Pick up a disgusting amount of that highlight. Maybe blow on the brush a little bit just to get any fallout off, and sweep it all over that eyelid. I feel like that just really brightens the eye. I am going to put just a little bit in my inner corners and just underneath in this inner corner as well, just underneath it. Try not to poke yourself in the eye like I just did. I love it. I'm in love with it. If you want to add a little bit of definition, feel free to go ahead and go in with like a cooler toned brown and just add in a little bit on that outer corner in your crease. Works beautifully as well. I've done that before. I just don't feel like doing that today. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Now it's time for mascara. I'm going to be using L'Oreal Paris's Voluminous Brown Balm mascara. I'm going to do 2 coats of that on the upper and bottom lashes, and then I'm going to go in with a black waterproof mascara over that. I wish I could tell you the name, shade, or brand of this, but I peeled it off a while ago and I cannot remember, but I do know that you can get this at Walmart and Target. I know that I got it from one of those places. Now feel free to curl your lashes before doing mascara. Always do it before. If you do it after, you risk breaking your lashes right off. First coat of the brown mascara is done. Doing the second one now. 2 layers of the brown mascara done. Now I'm gonna go in with the black waterproof one. All right, and mascara is done. Eyes are done. My last and arguably favorite part, the lips. Oh my goodness, I have fallen in love with some of these lip products. I have so many that I adore. To start off with, I've got this eyeliner from L'Oreal that I use as a lip liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just outline my lips, and then I'm gonna blend it in. For today, I think I'm gonna go in with this, the Toasted Almond, a lovely nude shade. We love her. On top of that, I'm going to go in with the Dior lip oil dupe from e.l.f. in shade Honey Talks. This is the Glow Reviver lip oil from e.l.f. This is probably my favorite lip product right now. Like, how could you not love her? All right, and those are all of my products I'll be taking with me into 2024. I am in love with this cheek. It is heavily inspired by Sabrina Carpenter. Her makeup is flawless. All right, that is all. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a wonderful time, and